Everyone's slid to the back again. Running away. Come on, all those people at the back, come down to the front. I don't like talking to all these empty chairs at the front. Come on, let's have some people from the back, very back, come down to the front, please. Come on. No movement. Please, can some of you come towards the front? I don't like this feeling. The whole of this first year, it's supposed to be student-centred, interaction with the student, then you go and hide in the corner. Come on, let's have some more people. Down to the front. No movement. What about all you in the back? Come on, down to the front. What are you doing there? No movement. Come on, please, can you move to the front? If you want the lesson to start, come to the front. If I don't start, I'll just carry on talking. I'll carry on till 1:30, 2:30. Come on, to the front. Move down a bit. I'm feeling lonely. It's cold enough. You can breathe on me and warm me up. That's it. Thank you very much. Okay, we're ready to start. Now, I've had complaints it was very boring, but we have to kind of establish this pattern of thinking because it helps us to solve problems in the real world. It helps us to solve problems with our thinking about the real world, just to have these concepts well inside our heads. Maybe in another course it'll be even more boring because we'll do the whole thing in symbols and it'll look like mathematical formulas. Right now, I just want to get some very simple concepts across to you so that you will be able to take some of these illogical arguments that you will read in the newspapers and criticise them, which is one of our objectives in this course. To take an illogical argument, in other words, an argument that says if there's an A on one side, there's a 3 on the other, is the same as if there's a 3 on the one side, there's an A on the other. And you can find 2 or 3 examples a day in any newspaper of those kinds of wrong arguments where simply an example of a theory being confirmed is taken as proof of the theory, when what you should be looking for is the absence of a refutation, which is a different thing altogether. Now let's think about this. How do we say, logically, this, which is really the essence of theories, isn't it? If you have a row with your mother, she won't throw you out. If, then, right? If, then. So what we want to say is this is the statement which, if it's true, implies that we have a theory. If, then. How do we express that if, then that we use in ordinary everyday language in logical terms? How do we express it in logical terms? Right, we've got two things that we can connect together in some way. Suppose we can say if Sinan has a beard, then there is a spotted pig. Right? If Sinan has a beard, which is something which can change, then there is a spotted pig. This is a theory, isn't it? How can we write a statement which is true if this theory is true? In other words, it should be true. If Sinan has a beard, then there's a spotted pig. Now, what would break that theory? What would break the theory? If Sinan has a beard, there is a spotted pig in the sky. Okay? So, can I say anything about anything if Sinan...
If he shaves?
If still there's a pig.
No. If there is no pig, but Sinan has a
beard.
Yes.
That's it, isn't it? Yes. If there is no pig and Sinan has a beard, then that's the counter evidence. So it must be the opposite of that. Must be the confirmation of the theory. So let's look at that. So the counter, the thing that would break that would be, use a better pen. No pig. If there's no pig and Sinan has a beard, then that breaks our theory, doesn't it? That breaks our theory. So what we want for something to be the logical equivalent of the theory is not that. That is the equivalent of our theory. It never happens, what we're saying is it never happens that there is no pig and at the same time Sinan has a beard. That is exactly the same as our theory that's saying if Sinan has a beard, then there is a spotted pig. Okay, good. Let's simplify that. Not something and S. We can simplify that. What's not two things ANDed together? We did that just before the break, didn't we? It's the not of each one with what in the middle? Come on. I've got two things ANDed together. Let's go back. Check it. Okay? Not C and S is not C or not S. Right? Okay. So this was the general thing, wasn't it? Not C and S, not C or not S. We've got not P and S, so it's going to be the same as
Not P and
no. Look, it's going to turn into an or, isn't it?
not,
Yeah.
not P or not.
Not P or not S. Okay, what's not P? P. So it's P or not S. P or not S. P or not S is the statement of our theory, saying that either there is a pig or Sinan hasn't got a beard. That statement logically, that is whatever the values of P and S, that exactly corresponds to the everyday statement in the language we use every day of saying if Sinan has a beard, then there is a spotted pig. Okay. And the opposite of that is not P and S. Okay, that's what we started with. Not P and S. The opposite is, that's the disproof. That's the disproof of that theory is not P and S. So that's an important thing because when we're looking at theories, we're almost always looking about if-thens. We're looking about connections between two things. If your father is over 50 years old, you will become a manic depressive. Right? It's an article in the newspaper. Over 50 years old when you were born, by the way. If your father was over 50 years old when you were born, you will become a manic depressive. It was on the back page of Radical about 3 weeks ago. We'll study it in a later week. Right. There we are. Okay? How do we test the theory? Exactly this. We reverse it, and we look for the reverse statement, which I've just put up there on the slide. Right? So we look for S and not P. I've written it the other way around on the slide, but it's the same thing. We look for a case in which Sinan has a beard and there is no pig. In which case our theory is disproved. Very important. Okay, this is just really what I've been saying for the last hour and a half. Boring or not, this is it. This is what we're always trying to do. If we're trying to, in the whole of your 149 this year, you will be talking both in your academic skills and in your core course contact with your instructors about things in the world being true or untrue, or in a grey area, or you're discussing theories about the world, ideas about the world, and most of these have some logical form, and the crucial thing is to understand the backwards logic to all this. You know, we can't prove theories about the world. I can prove things about those logical statements because I can write out all the possibilities, but in the real world we can never encounter all the possibilities because all the possibilities includes the future, so it includes things we can't do. So always what we're trying to do is trying to disprove, trying to break the branches of the tree. We're trying to disprove our theories, and they take that logical form, and that logical formula tells us to an extent, if we've got an if-then theory, what is it that we're looking for to disprove the theory? Now you may think the way in which you were misled about that very simple example with the cards shows you how important it is to try and think about this symbolically and understand this business. When you reverse an or, when you take the negative of an or, you get an and. When you take the negative of an and, you get an or. And then if we're making universal statements, you can think of a statement like for all. And this takes you on into a higher order of logic we maybe look at next term. We say for all mothers, here's an implication, have a fight with mother, have a fight with, where X is mother, have a fight with X, doesn't imply get thrown out of the house. We're making universal statements about right, now if we go back to this card game, we can see what it is, because we've got an implication, haven't we, here? What we're saying is A implies 3. A implies 3. So we're saying, what are we looking for? What's the statement of that as a theory? It's not A or 3. What's the counterexample we're looking for? Is A or not 3. In other words, the crucial one to turn over is the 7 because it's not 3, not the 3. We're looking for A or not 3, so we're looking to see, again, that. Because they are the things in the formula which are going to tell us that we found a counterexample that made our theory untrue. Right? So that's why it's important. That's why that symbolic form is important. We're looking for something that breaks the rule. Okay? Again, if the implication is 3 implies A, then we're looking for the disproof. The theory is not 3 or A, so we're looking for 3 or not A. 3 or not A, so those are the cards we need to turn over, D and 3, in order to find the thing. Okay. Let's look at an example from real life. Did O.J. Simpson murder his wife? This is a slightly statistical argument, so we're cheating a little bit, but it's also a logical argument. Now, it was established in the trial of O.J. Simpson. You remember O.J. Simpson is a famous American football player who may or may not have murdered his wife. Right? It was established in the course of the trial that he was violent towards his wife, that he beat his wife up, and the defence lawyer says only 1 in 1,000 wife beaters murders his wife. That has nothing to do with the theory, and the theory is that O.J. Simpson murdered his wife. And he said that because of this, the history of domestic violence is inadmissible evidence. But we're not looking at this case. We're not looking at all the wife beaters. We're looking about someone whose wife has been murdered. Simpson was found not guilty. He had a one of the most expensive lawyer in the United States because he was a very rich man. That's true. But on the other hand, if a man beats his wife and his wife has been murdered, which is a completely different circumstance, then the chance that he did it is rather strong. Okay, so these logical arguments, often in court cases, are fantastically important, and often in court cases, quite wrong logical arguments are accepted. Okay, so that's enough logic for this week. We'll return to logic later on, but I think that's enough. But the important things we've learned today, I hope, are when you're testing a theory, you're trying to break the branches. You're trying to look for a counter case, and you look hard for a counter case because the harder you look for the counter case, the harder you shape the branches, the more sure you are of your theory. So you always start with what they call the null hypothesis. That is, you're trying to prove the reverse. And the second is, you need to understand that if you're trying to prove the reverse of an or, then you need to prove an and. If you're trying to prove the reverse of a universal rule for all, then what do you need to do? Find one counter exception. Because an or turns into an and an turns into an or. To make an or true, you only need one. You only need one example. Okay. Right, that's all we're going to do about numbers today. Now we're going to go on and talk about computers, as ever, in the second half. And today we're going to talk about software. Programs for computers, and how they're made, and how we use them, and particular questions about how they work. Right, how many of you use Microsoft Word? Come on, let's have the hands up. How many use Microsoft Word? Right. Right. Hands right up, I want to see. It's a lot of people, isn't it? Right. Now, hands up, how many of you use Microsoft Word? Right, I can see lots and lots and lots of hands, nearly all the hands here. How many of you have paid for it? How many of you have paid for it? Have you paid for it? Huh?
My father paid.
Your father paid for it. Well, it was paid for.
Original program, do you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
You paid for it. Well, I suppose some people have more money than sense. Right, but what we saw, all the rest of you are thieves. Okay? All the rest of you are thieves. You have violated the legal rights of the Microsoft Corporation. You're stealing. You might as well have walked into Microsoft's, and it's a lot of money, $400 or $500, I think, for a Microsoft Office license. So you might as well have walked into Microsoft's office and looked around and found somebody's purse open and taken the money. $400. It's stealing. So that's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting that I'm sure most of you wouldn't consider, for instance, going into the supermarket and taking a packet of cheese and putting it in your coat and walking out with it. You wouldn't consider doing it. I mean, you'd think, I might get caught. You wouldn't think of doing it anyway. Most of you would not think of stealing something else. But you certainly do steal software licenses. You've taken Microsoft's license, which they charge $500 for, and you violated it, and Microsoft hasn't received $500 that they're legally entitled to. Okay, so that's an interesting observation, that we do that. And the next interesting observation is, do you think Microsoft are bothered?
What?
Do you think Microsoft care?
No.
No, they don't care, do they? They don't care. All of you, there are about maybe 50, 60 hands up, 50, 60, just in this room, 50 times $500, ooh, that's $25,000. And they don't care. That's also interesting, isn't it? $25,000 that all of you lot have stolen from Microsoft, and Microsoft doesn't care. Why don't they care? Oh, no. No, rich people get rich by being very, very greedy. And they never, ever, ever have enough. Why did Bill Gates continue working at Microsoft after he got his first billion? Why did he carry on to 64 billion?
Maybe he's bored.
Well, I mean, I've run a small software company. I'll tell you, you get bored quite early on. I mean, it is essentially a boring thing running a company most of the time.
Maybe he wants to change his life. He doesn't care about Microsoft anymore.
Maybe now, but after 64 billion. No, Microsoft has got lots of money, that's true, but they still do prosecute. All the time they have court cases, but they don't have a court case against you, right? They're part of the Business Software Alliance, the Federation Against Software Theft. They put a lot of pressure on the Turkish government to clean up on stopping the sale of copied CDs and so on. Microsoft does care, but they don't care about you. That's interesting. They do care about businesses. You will find, that, for instance, the university has licenses for Microsoft Office, and if you use Microsoft Word on any of the university's computers, it's paid for. Microsoft have had their money for it. They've taken a reduction, but they've been paid for it. There is a proper license, and Microsoft insists that there should be such a license. So I want to think about software, programs that run on computers, and alternatives and what's happening. And we need to understand a little bit about software because it's a very practical question. I had a student come and visit me yesterday or the day before from a student on this course, and said he was speaking for lots of other people who said we couldn't do the homework that required us to produce a PDF because I've only got WordPad. In other words, I haven't got Microsoft Office, and therefore I couldn't produce a PDF file for the homework. And I said, well, but you could have used OpenOffice. He said, but I haven't got the money to buy OpenOffice. And I said, but OpenOffice is free. OpenOffice is free. OpenOffice is a program which is as powerful as Microsoft Office, but it's free. It's completely free. You just download it and install it. It's a free program. How can it be that there can be two products, two pieces of software, one of which costs $500 and one of which is free? And yet lots of people carry on using the product which costs $500. A few in this room, but if you look outside, you look in the university, everybody uses Microsoft Office. And the university's paid a whole lorry load of money for licenses to use it, but there's an alternative which is free. So that's an interesting thing, isn't it? It's not something you would expect. If they were giving away cars for free, you would expect Tofaş to go out of business if someone else was giving away cars. But no one would spend money on a car if you could get one for nothing. So there's something interesting going on here, and interesting in terms of history, and it's practically important for you. Because every one of you is a thief. Almost everyone, except the two at the back. You're thieves. You're stealing money from Microsoft. You're probably... Anybody got Photoshop on their computer? Yeah. Did you pay for it? No. Well, that's... Huh? That's right, yes. You paid 4 liras for it, yes. You didn't pay Adobe for it. Right? And Photoshop isn't 4 liras, it's about $1,000. Right? It's very expensive. So it's not just Microsoft. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff. So it's really quite important. We need to understand a little bit about software because it wasn't always the case that software had to be paid for. And when computers were first invented and first being sold, software was given away for nothing. Programs were given away for nothing. when I started working with computers, by and large, there was no market in computer programs. You bought a computer and a load of programs came free with it. What you paid for was the computer, and if you wanted any other programs, you would write them yourself. You need to understand a little bit about how programs are made. How are programs written? They're written in programming languages, by and large. How does the computer work? The computer uses the binary numbers that we saw earlier in the course. Everything inside the computer is stored as a binary number. So let me show you what a little piece of a program looks like. Okay, this is a classic program. The beginning programmers, the first program that beginning programmers write is Hello World, which is a very, very short program. We then take that program, and that program is turned into this code, which is an expression of the binary code, which is inside the computer. Right? And there's a program which translates this into this. And this is what actually works inside the computer. And this is real. This really is the translation of Mehaba Dunya into a binary. Now, the important thing about this process is that it's a one-way process. Effectively, it's a one-way process. It's very difficult to take this and go back to this. It's relatively easy to take this and go to this. Now, in the old days, programs used to be distributed like that, so that you could take the program, you could change it, you could change Mehaba Dunya to Batsan Bu Dunya, whatever you like. Okay? So, and you could rerun the translator, which they call a compiler on the program, and you'd have a different set of numbers, and you could put that in your computer, because when you click on a program in your computer, what actually comes off the hard disk and goes into the memory of the computer is something like that. With the invention of the PC, really things started to change. I'll come to it in a minute. With the invention of the PC and other developments, things started to change. The reasons for them we'll go into later in the course, but I just want you to understand just this little bit of the technical reasons behind this. Basically, at the beginning of the 1980s, businesses began to realize that the real money was not in the hardware of computers, but in the programs. And there's a specific reason for it. I mean, if you think about it, this computer I've got here, it was given me to me by IBM, but they sell now for 700 lira in Migros. Exactly the same as the one I've got, a Lenovo. Actually, it's the next model, a later model, so it's even better than this one. 700 lira in Migros. How much is Microsoft Office? $500. In other words, Microsoft Office is more money, just one program is more money than the whole computer. Windows is $150, $200. Quite a lot of the price of this, even, is the Windows license. So the software is more important than the hardware, and there's more money to be made for it. Because the interesting thing about a program is once you've made the program, making a second copy of it is free. So the production cost of programs is zero. But the sale price of them is very, very far from zero. The sale price of Adobe Photoshop is $1,000 and so on. So what started in the 1980s was a process where instead of distributing programs that you could compile yourself and change from Mehaba Dunya to Batsan Bu Dunya, you just got binary. And the advent of the PC made that very practical, because the PC meant there were millions of computers that were all the same. And therefore the same program, it would compiled in the same way, would run in all of them. And this kind of changed the world and made it actually more difficult to use computers. It meant that when you bought a license to a program, you don't buy a program, you buy a license to a program, that is, you buy permission to use it. What you get is a box you can't open and you can't change. So if the program doesn't do what you want, you can't do anything about it. It's not true, for instance, in the case of a car. When you buy a car, if the car goes wrong, you could just open up, look in the motor and say, oh, get it fixed, or get someone to fix it, get someone to change it for you. You can get your car customized, can't you? You can put alloy wheels on it, or you can beef up the motor, or you can change the exhaust so it makes that rum rum noise. Right? You can do what you like with your car. Can you do that with Microsoft Word? Can you put alloy wheels on it? Can you make it go rum rum? No, you can't. You can't because it's welded shut. And the second thing and you can't, for instance, legally now, you buy a license to Microsoft Word, you can't sell it on to someone else. If you bought a car, you can sell it to your friend. If you bought a copy of Microsoft Word, you can't. You're not allowed to. Very restrictive. So it makes using computers more difficult, and particularly for people who like to program computers, or like to play with computers, like to get computers to do more and more interesting things. It was an obstacle, and it created a conflict. And there was a particular man called Richard Stallman who worked at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of the best technical universities in the United States, who was very annoyed when this started to happen. The programs that were coming for the computers that he was using at the time started to come in this form, and it meant he couldn't change them. And Stallman decided that this was wrong, that as a matter of principle, people should be able to share their programs, people should be able to change one another's programs. And he started a movement which has since become very, very, very important, the free software movement. And he said, no, software should be free. Not necessarily free in the sense of you don't have to pay money for it, but free in the sense that you should be able to change it. In other words, that you shouldn't get it like that, but you should get it like that, so you could do what you wanted to with it. Now this is Richard Stallman. Okay, just so that, to make it human, so that you can see that's the man he looks like. Quite a peculiar man. Quite a strange man. As often, people who have important new ideas are often quite strange. They need to be quite strange to put up the necessary fight to get their ideas accepted. And Stallman set about saying, I want software to be free, I want people to be able to share software, I want people not to have to pay for it in these extortionate prices for it. And he came up with the idea of free software. And he said that there were some principles. Right, this is the sort of computer he was using. Computers then used to be that sort of size, or even a lot bigger. And he said, this intellectual property rights business is essentially a load of nonsense. And he set about constructing a new operating system, which was going to be called GNU, because the operating system, like Windows, is an operating system. The operating system, like Windows, is the essential thing. He says, I'm going to create an operating system like Windows, which didn't at that time exist, hadn't yet been invented, but I'm going to create an operating system which will make possible to have all kinds of free software. This is important to you because of the result of what Stallman did. To do your homework last week, to create a PDF, you can find a program, OpenOffice, which works under Windows and which is legally free, unlike the CD of Microsoft Office that you bought for 3 or 4 lira in Yazıcıoğlu İşhane in Kadıköy. Okay. Now, we're going to see what happened later with Stallman's movement. Stallman started to write this operating system, and he had a manifesto, and he said that software should be free. And he created a license, just as when you buy a copy of Windows or Microsoft Office, you get a license, and you agree to the terms in that license. You say, I promise not to sell this to anyone else. You actually agree to that, and lots of other things. He invented a different kind of license, which says, here's the license you get. You're free to use this program. You're free to change this program. You're free to give this program to other people. You see, Microsoft says you can't even sell it. He says, no, you're free to give it away. And then the fourth freedom is this. It's not a freedom, it's a restriction. It says, if you pass this program on to anyone else, you must impose the same condition on them. In other words, you can't take that program and sell it. You can't take that program and change it into another program and sell the result. It has to remain free. And it's the most important freedom of the Stallman's four freedoms. And we'll come back to it later. Now, this idea has grown in strength, and we'll come back to the history of it a bit later, but a lot of people have been very angry about it. Who do you think is most angry about the idea of OpenOffice being free of charge? Huh? Yeah. Bill Gates' immediate right-hand man described it as communism. Like communism. What's the man's name? It'll come back to me. I can't remember his name. Bill Gates described it as an evil virus. The GPL, this license, as an evil virus. So, and they produced all kinds of arguments against it. This idea, saying intellectual property, that is the right someone has to say you can't use this unless you get a license from me, you can't open it, you can't look inside it, it has to be private. He said, if we open things up, then there will be no reward for people who invent things. People who invent things have to be able to protect what they've invented by being able to charge money for it. So they have to be able to patent it, they have to have a monopoly on it. And he said that's what Microsoft stands for. We stand for the right to invent. So, that's the argument, that having to pay $500 for Microsoft Office protects innovation. Did we do this? I think we may have done this slide before. It's worth remembering it. There are some newcomers. We ask about these people. We're talking about innovation and inventing things. What did these people invent? Can we remember what Ted Nelson invented? Hypertext. Very good. Ted Nelson invented hypertext. What did Vint Cerf invent? Yes. Tim Berners-Lee? Very good. You have been listening, haven't you? What did Bill Gates invent? Huh? Nothing at all. That's arguable, right? This is my opinion. Of course it's my opinion. What else do you expect? I'm not going to tell you someone else's opinion. Nothing at all. If you look at the innovations that are claimed for Microsoft, all of them are copied from other people. And the interesting thing about that is, of course, how much money they made. There was none of these people had any intellectual property rights in the things they invented. They still invented them. Ted Nelson still invented it, hypertext. Vint Cerf still invented the internet. Tim Berners-Lee still invented the World Wide Web. They made nothing more than the salaries they earned from the institutions they were working in at the time. And William, that figure's out of date. So I think it's about $80 billion now. Right. And here we are, just in case anyone had any doubt that Microsoft didn't invent anything, let's take all the things that are of interest here. DOS, which was the original operating system for the IBM PC, which Microsoft made all its initial money from, was bought from a company called Star Computer. Microsoft didn't write the program. Star Computer then sued them, and I think they got another $50 million back from Microsoft, but by that time Microsoft had made billions of dollars from that program. Windows was copied from the Apple Mac, And the Apple Mac was copied from something else, by the way, so I don't think Steve Jobs is completely innocent either. Word was copied from a program called WordPerfect. There's nothing new in Microsoft Word. Excel was copied from a program called Lotus 123. Relational databases, that is, databases as they are used today, was invented by a man who was working for IBM. Internet Explorer was not only copied from NCSA Mosaic, but actually includes code from NCSA Mosaic. NSCA is a government institution in the United States where the first web browser was web browser was written, and the original code from that browser is still there in Internet Explorer. If you open up Internet Explorer and open up the About box, you'll see a whole list of licenses of other pieces of software that are used in Internet Explorer. And you'll see an attribution to a company which then took over NCSA Mosaic. Right. But there's an alternative. The alternative that was started by Richard Stallman. And he says the free software movement, or the use of free software, which is free as in freedom, but not as in free beer. What he means is not a difficult concept for those of you who speak Turkish, because he means özgür, but not beleş or bedava. Okay? It is actually more or less free in money terms as well, but just as when you go to Yazıcıoğlu İşhane to buy a pirate copy of Microsoft Office, you pay 3 liras for the disk, don't you? 3 or 4 liras for the disk. If you buy a CD of OpenOffice, you'll pay 3 or 4 liras for the disk. Why? Because that's what it costs to make the disk, more or less. That's what it costs to make the disk. So it's not necessarily entirely free in money terms, and you may want someone to help you, when you install it on your computer or whatever, in which case you'll probably pay them, so then it's not free. But free as in freedom, not in free beer. Now, that's here are Stallman's 4 freedoms. You may use, you may copy, you may change, but you must give the same rights to others. So the last one is a restriction which is there to protect the freedom of the software. In other words, you can get a copy of OpenOffice if you want. You can get the program for OpenOffice and you can change it and make a new OpenOffice, but if you do that, you must also give your new OpenOffice away. Right. The story continued, and I'll just really take you to the end of this hour with the rest of this story. Anyone know who this man is? Huh? Me? It looks like me. That's very funny. When I was younger, I didn't wear glasses. I probably wasn't as keen on bottled beer. No, I did. Quite an important person. Made a big difference to the world. Now also personally quite a rich person.
Bill Gates?
No. Bill Gates was... No idea. It's Linus Torvalds. Huh? No. It's Linus Torvalds, a Finnish graduate student. He was when this picture was taken, doing his master's in a university in Finland, in Helsinki. And he decided, as his master's project, to write an operating system, or the kernel of an operating system. And it just happened that Richard Stallman's operating system project didn't have a kernel that worked. And Torvalds found that, on the other hand, all the other tools that he needed to make his operating system kernel were provided by Stallman's project. So effectively, he took the software from Stallman's project and produced the last piece to fit in to the operating system. So there was an operating system. And because he took those pieces from Richard Stallman's project, he was obliged by Stallman's 4th freedom to also provide that program under the same license, that he had to give it away. And the program was Linux. How many of you have heard of Linux? Do you know what it is?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a program like Windows.
Okay, yes, it's an operating system. Let me show you what it looks like. This is Linux. It doesn't look very different from Windows. Unfortunately, you can't really see the menus. This is just a picture of my daughter playing with one of the original computers, a mechanical computer from the 19th century. But if you look at the top, you know, it looks pretty much like Windows. There's a taskbar here. There's applications. There's a menu that comes down here, and I can see lots of programs. It's connected to the internet by a wireless connection. You can see there's a wireless connection connected to the internet. Very much looks like Windows. It's better than Windows. Yes, of course it's better than Windows. It's far, far better than Windows. For instance, it doesn't get viruses. Never, ever. I've been using Linux as my main operating system for 8 years, and I've never had a virus on my computer, ever. I've never had to go down to the corner shop and have the young man working there format my computer to get rid of the virus. Never ever had a virus. Never have had to pay any money. So it's much better. It doesn't go wrong. We'll come on to the reasons for that later. So that's what Linux looks like. Now, is it important, Linux? How many of you have got Linux on your own computers? Anyone got Linux on your own computer? No? Anyone got Linux? No. Okay. Well, try it. Try it. We'll come on to that later. So people come and say, oh, nobody uses Linux. It's not true. It's increasingly true that I find lots of people outside the computer science department are using Linux. They're using versions of Linux like Ubuntu or Pardus. Pardus is the version of Linux which is produced by TÜBİTAK, which is a Turkish government institution. The Turkish army uses a lot of Linux. The Turkish armed forces use Linux a lot because they don't trust Microsoft Windows because it's made in America. What?
Where do you get Linux from?
Where do you get Linux from? You download it.
Just download from linux.com.
Yep, for free. It's free. It's free. And the interesting thing about it is that it's used an awful lot. We'll just finish on this slide. If you look at the internet, you can go to a site called Netcraft, netcraft.com I think, and it'll tell you what individual servers on the internet. You know, you go to Migros or Garanti Bankası or all these different commercial websites and find out what software they're using. Because it's publicly available, you can find it out. And you'll be surprised. Almost very, very few of them use Microsoft Windows operating system. I can tell you, Guarantee Banks, because I've checked it, doesn't use Linux, but it uses another open operating system called Solaris. It doesn't use Windows. Most of these, 70%, this was last year's figure, 70% of the servers connected to the internet do not use Windows, and most of those who don't use Windows are using Linux. Some of them are using other things which are similar to Linux. How many of you have got an ADSL modem at home? Lots. Almost all of you are running Linux. You're running Linux or something very similar to Linux called FreeBSD because your ADSL modem is a computer. It's got an operating system in it. The operating system in it is not Windows. If you've got a DivX player, it's running Linux. Some Nokia and Motorola cell phones have got Linux inside them, not Windows. Mac OS X. You might think Mac OS X is Apple Mac's invention. It's not. Mac OS X. How many of you got Apple Macs? A few wealthy people with Apple Macs. Very nice machine. That also is free software. It's not Linux. It's FreeBSD or OpenBSD. Finally, if you look in Windows, you'll even find free software. inside Windows. It didn't have the GPL license to protect it, so they took all the internet software inside Windows is taken from the free software world. Right. Okay, let's have a break and I'll tell you some more about free software after the break.